So, welcome to the Digital Maddie Show with your host and host Mithyll, a pod made exclusively for solopreneurs, artists, and coaches who wants to build their digital empire. With 15 plus years of business experience, I cover topics on personal branding, content creation, as well as digital marketing on this show and invite many experts who share the same passion like mine. We have today an amazing guest on our show. He's already into the studio, but before I welcome him onto the platform, let me just share you his introduction. So he's a father, an artist, as well as a personal development coach. He has a creative agency called as Pineapple House Platforms, where he advocates for artists and mentor artists to develop themselves in to better align themselves to opportunities for growth and creating new ways to earn more as an artist. He's a father to a young boy and two older stepdaughters, being a positive example to his own children and to artists and business people in his community is very important to him. So he has been coaching artists and small business owners for about 5 years plus, and just past this year has taken a quantum leap in the level of coaching and development, and he is able to see and able to help a lot of people achieve greatness in their own business. So without wasting much of our time, let's bring onto the platform none other than. So hi
Hello.
Brandon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon, for taking out your valuable time and coming on to this particular show.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that you invited me and created this platform to host, and looking forward to it. Let's do it.
Awesome, awesome. So Brandon, can you just share your backstory with all of us, please?
Sure. Backstory is in 2017, started a creative agency, Pineapple House Platforms. The whole mission of that creative agency was to be an advocate for artists. So in the beginning, it started with people that were like in bands and getting people gigs and stuff like that. And over the 5 years, the agency has grown to be a platform to really develop more than just the entry level artists, but any kind of artist that was already invested in themselves and invested in their own growth, and helping them to grow to their next highest level. And we do that through a bunch of ways like personal branding, photo shoots, blogging, and really aligning them with opportunities where they can earn livable wage and stuff doing their art, doing their craft.
So that's super awesome, Brandon. So now it's very crucial for every brand to market themselves as a brand. So there are many artists also who are listening to this particular show, and it will be very helpful for them. So would you like to give some kind of initial tips where they, if they are just beginners who are kind of established into their own domain, but they are yet to discover themselves on the digital end. So how do they start kind of like a personal branding for themselves in the digital world?
One of the things they can do is take ownership of their own name and ownership of their own, if it's the name of the band or even their own name sometimes, or the name of their, if they're starting something like an Etsy shop or a brand, find out all of the areas where that name will be available, starting with their website. Down the road, you're going to spend a little more money in trademark and register yourself, right? But what you want to do is find all the places where you're going to display yourself publicly and own those domains, right? Get on top of that and make it uniform. So that way you have a consistent presence across all the platforms. And as you go, you'll develop a platform or two that are your favorite and a platform or two that you really like to focus on. But having that complete picture, because at the end of any opportunity like this, you're going to share where people can find you. And so that's a good first step.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And this is absolutely valuable to, first of all, position yourself as a brand and, to book all the names of your brand in almost all the platforms as well as your domain. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brandon. But
Yes.
Brandon, I have also seen one more thing as an artist, whether it is band or whether, they are like real artist. Everyone has to start with content and start themselves as a content creator. But looking at you know, the uh, the digital world right now, we always call it as the dopamine effect. So where people only if we get kind of a response in the form of like, share, comment, or something like that, then it is kind of like validation to your own art. So that starts hitting your mental health in a way that people sometimes do get demotivated and their confidence falls drop. So what do you think, as per your experience? Definitely, even you must have seen a lot of ups and highs and lows. So what tips would you like to give to all the solopreneurs, artists and coaches who kind of struggle themselves to keep up on their confidence in the digital world?
Take it back to home, take it back to center. Remember your why, remember why you started. For one, that will be able to drive you past any obstacles, past any roadblocks or even challenges, if you remember why you started in the first place, for one. For two, remember that you're unique and be yourself. And instead of thinking about trying to go for the likes and the shares right away, just go for documenting your journey. Document what you're doing and share it, because that's going to be valuable to somebody else out there. You know, everyone started out, the same, one leg in before the other. And so as you go, document your steps, document what you're doing, and just share what you're doing. And that allows people to come in and be a part of your journey with you. And I find that that is actually so much helpful, because if you're doing it the other way for the likes and shares, it becomes a performative act, and that can be tiring, right? Because you will get stressed out. You will just think, oh, what's the next trend? And if you bring it back home, that's your superpower. That's where you're unique. So bring it back home, document your journey, and invite people along the way.
This is actually deep. Thank you so much, Brandon. But if I have to take a subset of what you just shared, so when it comes to trying to position yourself and keep on remembering yourself as the why, you also mentioned that you need to document your journey. So can you give tips to those people out there on uh, what basically means documenting your journey? Because then people will be like flaunting themselves, and they will be like they're confused when it comes to what do you mean by documenting your journey. Can you throw some light on that, please?
Yes, of course. Uh, Remember that, like, something as simple as your iPhone is a valuable tool, right? And documenting your journey can be as simple as, if you're a maker, setting a phone or a camera next to you while you're producing your craft, and getting images and getting video of yourself doing that, because that those photos and those videos that you take, you're going to be able to upload to the platform of your choice, whether that's TikTok or the Instagrams or Facebooks of the world. That's going to be website content for you, right? Uh, Write down your methods, or when you're having a conversation with somebody else and they're asking you questions about what you do, kind of think back to that and remember what you're saying, because that is what you're doing, and that's what you'll be able to share along the way. What else for document the journey? Celebrate your milestones. If you have a sale, or if you have a new product, or you have a new gig, or recital, or some kind of place where you're performing to the outside world, uh, invite people, give links to it. Uh, Invite people to come and be a part of that. um, it really can be that simple. It just really can be that simple. It's just documenting what you're doing, taking pictures, taking video, and just sharing that. It really is that simple.
So primarily, Brandon, thank you first of all, to giving more clarity on documenting your journey. So all the people who are listening, it's primarily like what you do on a daily basis, whether you are connecting with your customers or whether you are creating your own content. It is like kind of like a third person view. What Brandon is trying to say, it's like a third person view of documenting, like that they are actually making a movie of you. Am I right,
Yeah.
Brandon? This is what you're
Yes,
trying to say.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And this is actually powerful, and this is where you will be more authentic. Like this was kind of like a bulbon moment which even I got with this what you just said, like right now. Thank you so much, Brandon, for that.
Yes, I appreciate you.
Awesome. So, Brandon, with this, we come to the end of the phase one of our interview. And
Okay.
we will now start with the phase two. And phase two is all about rapid fire round, where I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you're not going to get time to think about it. Whatever the first thing that comes in your mind, you just have to share it. So, are you ready?
Yes. Ready. Let's go.
Awesome. Let me just zoom a little bit to make it a little bit intense. All right. So let's go ahead with the very first question. So, what is the one thing that you would like to add in your bucket list in 2023?
In 2023, I'd like to be on more podcasts right away. Boom. More
Awesome.
podcasts.
Awesome. Who do you admire the most, Brandon?
Right now, I really appreciate this personal development coach, Brendan Burchard. That's somebody I really enjoy.
Awesome. 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 Who's your favorite superhero and why?
Well, I have to go with Batman. I like Batman. All he's got is his gadgets and his tools, and he's kind of a man in the shadows. And also, what he does is he represents. He's kind of a mirror of what the city and the underbelly of the city is.
True.
He takes the problems of the cities and he just puts them right in front of people to see. And also, he's always there. Whenever you need him, you just put out that shining light and he arrives.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's like kind of his call to action.
Yeah.
Lovely. Describe yourself in 3 words.
uh, Gritty, um, studious, and let's see, passionate. I would say
Lovely.
passionate. Yeah.
Lovely. For an artist, definitely as a coach, as an artist, passion is something that is like that's our blood. All right. And we come to the last question. Who is your favorite cartoon character and why?
Cartoon character. Ooh, let's see. It's gonna take a bit. Cartoon. Um, I like Avatar, the Airbender.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
yeah. I
Lovely.
really like Avatar, the Airbender. I appreciate the message. I appreciate directing people to tune in, and I just really appreciate Avatar.
True. It's like it's a wonderful spiritual journey, also, like, where he also learns how to trust people not ready to accept the gifts that he has. It's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank
Awesome. So with this, we come to the end of the phase two, and that is rapid fire round. I really enjoyed, asking questions, and you were like impromptu, very spontaneous. Did you enjoy it, Brandon?
I had a wonderful time. Thank you so much.
Awesome, awesome. So, Brandon, all the people who are listening to this particular episode, if they wish to connect with you, what are the ways and means where they can connect with you?
Sure. On Instagram, you can find me most days at pineapplehouse_media. You can also find me at my website, pineapplehouseplatforms.com. And I have another website, amanasks.com, with a Facebook group, A Man Asks. And that's where I'm doing even more newer coaching, where I'm building a community for men. Everyone is welcome, but as I'm a gentleman and it's a place for me to document my growth, and it's a place where I'll be podcasting and inviting guests on to talk about how they've overcome and made leaps and bounds in their journeys, so we can share inside stories, share tips, and share just ways to empower each other and lift each other up.
Awesome, awesome. So you will find all the links below. So do check out those links and do connect with Brandon. He's an amazing person, and I have personally seen his Instagram profile. It's much more valuable. So do connect with him.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome, awesome. So, Brandon, before we end this particular episode, what is that one message that you wish to give to all our listeners?
To just trust yourself, and to just keep going, because there will be so many times in your journey where you want to give up or quit, even because things will be hard at times. And if you just trust yourself and follow the little voice in your head, it will always direct you to the next right step, and the next right step will lead you to the next big step, and the next big step will lead you to the breaks you want. And preparation, meets opportunity. It just does. So follow your intuition, trust yourself, and just keep going and have a little fun along the way.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brandon, for taking your valuable time. This was really a beautiful message for all our listeners. And looking forward to have you once again on the Digital Maddie Show very soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'd love it.
Thank you so much for listening to the Digital Maddie Show with your host and host Mithyll. So thank you so much for listening to our show and giving so much love. So, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel on any of the podcast platforms, whether it is Apple Podcast, Spotify, everywhere. And if you are watching on YouTube or any of the video platforms, don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this episode, and also subscribe to the button. So this is Mithyll signing off at the moment. Until next time, meet you soon with another guest and their exciting story. But until then, keep rocking, stay safe, but don't forget to keep creating content. Ciao.